Okay, so talking about Venro's Ways, chapter 6, these are the main points that I would like to share with you. So in this chapter, we can see that Marley has actually already has explained his future plans to Jargon. So Marley actually goes into detail explaining about his future plans to Jargon because he wants to start a new business, right? And that business is manufacturing writing machines. But what happens is that while listening to Marley, Jargon was quite distracted because Jargon admires Marley. Jargon is happy about Marley's advancement, his progress, his physical development, etc. So he was very thoughtful and he missed all of what Marley said. And later on, when he came to his senses, he actually thought that, okay, anyway, he is my son, and whenever I want, I can talk to him. I can get a clarification. So that was how he made up his mind. So Jargon does not understand Marley's plan properly. And the idea about the writing machine, when he get to know about this later on a little bit also, is very new to Jargon. So even when it is explained, when he gets to know more from the cousin later also, he is not very clear at the beginning about this business, because what he knows as businesses are very practical things, right? But now in Jargon's point of view, writing machines and manufacturing them sounds like, quite distant as a business idea. Now that Marley sees as a very modern, very good business idea. But then we also have to see how much the writer includes a criticism here. Whenever Narayan talks about this business of manufacturing writing machines, Narayan subtly or very indirectly or very carefully hints us something or suggests us something, that is, see how many fruitful things are there to do, how many better things are there to do. But Marley is very adamant, very disobedient also. If he thinks about something, he does that, right? And he thinks this is, very much a modern idea. In America, it's a very famous business. Everywhere there are writing machines. India is always, going back. People have to, think more, develop themselves more. So with that, Eurocentric or based on, kind of Western ideas, Marley is going to start this business. And in the business, he will be selling writing machines, and he actually wants $51,000 for the business. And he wishes to get the money from Jargon. He doesn't have any second thoughts. He thinks that the father has money. He's very confident that the father has money. And he also brings out a lot of advantages of spending money on the business for the father. So, for example, Marley says that when Jargon gives money, Marley can actually join the father for the business as a partner, like sort of a shareholder. But Jargon actually is not going to entertain this idea. He doesn't like this idea. Jargon does not want to waste his money or spend money on something he's not sure or unaware about, because he doesn't know the prospects of the business. He can't understand whether it's going to be a successful business or a failure. So he is not going to waste his money on something unsure. Marley, anyway, is very confident again, and he plans to get the money from the hidden place as he did last time, right? So last time to go to USA also, he stole the money. So he thinks he can do the same if the father doesn't give. But this time, his plans will not really work easily. And at the same time, when Jargon and Marley talk about the business, talk about the clarifications, talk about the future, again, Jargon actually tells that I don't have much money and I'm not a person who, believe in or work towards being rich. Even Gandhi has said about, serving the community. Being poor, having a simple life is fine, as Gandhi has said. So jargon says things like that. But then at one point, Mali says that why you have a good business, you're earning at least like 1,000 rupees per day. And jargon gets caught there. That's the place where jargon says that, okay, you run the business. You can get the money then. Actually, jargon hopes that Mali will run the sweet business in the future because he has so far done the business, continued the business, thinking that in the future my son will get it. So it's like, bequeathing or giving the family business to the next generation. But Mali hates that idea. Right? Mali actually says that I have better plans. What is this business? It doesn't suit me because he or Mali thinks about himself as an educated modern man who is not running a sweet business but doing a modern business. So he hates. He directly says, I don't want to do that. I have better plans. So actually the son or Mali is very much without gratitude. He doesn't know sometimes how to understand jargon, how to tolerate jargon. Right now the father doesn't understand all the modern things, but the son doesn't have any patience. He doesn't tolerate even what the father says or how the father behaves. But when we think about the cousin actually understands the sadness and worry of jargon and even asks him later on by the end of the chapter to go on a pilgrimage for a change. And the cousin says, I'll even look after your shop. So that much understanding and friendship, closeness can be seen between the cousin and jargon. But Mali never tries to understand jargon, never tries to understand why is he telling things like that, why is he behaving like this, etc. And then Mali does not seem to understand understand the father, and he is also never thankful about what the father has done. Right? So he's never thankful. Right? So that's something very bad. Mali does not show any gratitude to the business of the father also, as I have already mentioned, because he even got money to go to the USA from this business. So he can't just put it down and talk like this. Mali actually a very good person, skilled speaker, talkative, good communicator, but only outside of the house. Inside the house, he's like, behaving. Even outside, he's behaving as a celebrity. But inside the house also, he's behaving as, big shot, and he doesn't talk much with the father. He doesn't explain things enough. He's not talkative. Even to talk to him, jargon has to get permission. So Grace is like the secretary, things like that. So these are not really things that we can accept. And also Mali is very much confident about something. What is it? He is very confident, overconfident about the business. He's so sure about the success of the business. And he later talks about, American partnership. And he's good at planning. He discusses big things, shows big plans, but actually he does not even have the capital or the initial money, the money needed at the beginning to start the business. So there is no point talking more, right? He's still depending on the father, but his pride never has gone down. Then We also see that when we think about the features, qualities, the physical appearance, etc. of Mali, that Mali has got used to a new way of living. So Jagan at one point when he goes to Mali's room, observes a lot of, things like he has almost turned into a celebrity. Grace is like secretary. They eat quite a lot from cans or tinned food, and he's like changing dresses for every occasion, wearing slippers inside, talking in such a manner, in such a tone, right? And also the things that he talks, he says, what is this country, very backward, my things got late to come from USA, there are no telephones here, vehicle issue, and when people want to get a decision they talk to 20 people and postpone taking a decision. So like that he criticizes everything, and he always valorizes or appreciates or says that the modern society, the American society, the Western things are the best. And through Mali, we get to know how much mechanized, like robo living is a modern society. And also, Mali likes to go along with that society. So he behaves like a celebrity, right? And the poor Jagan, he can't sometimes understand what Mali was, what Mali is up to. The cousin helps Jagan as always as a mediator to understand Mali's plans. And still, the cousin is happy that Mali is calling him uncle, talks to him well. And also, we find that Jagan becomes more and more depressed with the time about the things happening. He can't concentrate on Bhagavad Gita. He has stopped almost talking about Mali with others, right? He wonders whether he can be really proud now. I mean, he admires Mali, but with others, he's scared to talk about Mali. And then we also see that Mali expects India to change like America. But Jagan has quite a different perspective. He's happy about his country. He loves here. He appreciates the great writers who never used writing machines in the history, like to write Ramayana and all. And so on the other hand, Jagan feels sad, trapped, distance from the family. He thinks that everyone is trying to trap him because at the beginning he thought that Grace was really good, really nice, really caring, humble, simple, kind. All the good things were associated with her. But later on, he was like wondering, thinking, is she also after my money? Is she also kind to me like this to grab my money? Everyone is trying to trap me. So he was really worried and he felt the distress. Sometimes the cousin knew what Mali's plans were. Jagan did not know. So like that, we see by the end of chapter 6, a sad a person who feels that he's trapped, a person who is distanced, a person who should not feel like this can be seen. I mean, Jagan is not a bad character. Sometimes he's cunning in business, but he never fails his customers. He always uses the best ingredients. And sometimes he even helps children, treats them by giving sweets, right? And he actually runs a business, even at this old age, thinking that one day Mali will benefit from it. And he never, troubles Mali or Grace. He just minds his life. He never asks money from them. They are the ones who are troubling him. So up to now, throughout Jagan's life, as a single parent, as a good father, he has done quite a lot for Mali. But the situation is that being such an educated man, having such education, And being such a talkative and a good communicator outside the house, still he has not understood jargon. He has not given much priority or importance to the father in his life. So we see a saddened jargon who is up to something. Now he's thinking, you feel it by the end of chapter 6, that Jagan is undergoing a change, or at least he needs a change. And that is why even the cousin says, don't look so depressed. If you want, go out for a change, like on a pilgrimage. I'll look after things until you come. But then Jagan gives a very important answer, not yet. When I'm ready, I'll tell you. So he probably is working on something. So like that, chapter 6 finishes making us understand the distance between the father and the son.